Hi, third graders. Today we're actually going to be learning how to draw a tree. And we're looking to draw one that's a little bit more realistic than we might be used to drawing. So a lot of your trees probably look like this one. It has a really straight tree trunk that goes up and down. And it has kind of this cloud-like top where the leaves are. So we want to try to get out of the habit of making trees like this and make one that looks more like this. So if you look outside a window and you look at the trees around you, you're going to notice that your tree trunk kind of curves. It's not perfectly straight, so you are kind of using wavy lines. And when you get up to where the branches are, you see that they go in all different directions, and as they start to climb up, there's more and more branches that come off of each other. And you're going to notice that my leaves don't really look like a cloud. So to start, you're just going to need a pencil and an eraser if you have one, and a piece of white paper. So to begin, I like to start towards the bottom, but not at the very bottom, and start to make my tree trunk. Now a tree trunk kind of curves in first because down below is where it has the roots into the ground. So we angle them up, and then your tree can kind of curve. It could have bumps or lumps. There's my tree trunk. Now from my tree trunk at the top, we're going to come out on these sides. So these are going to be our first branches, and you can make your branches however you want. So here's my first branch. It's like an arm. My second branch, I don't like this line, so I can come back and erase it, but maybe I'll make this branch come up this way. I could make another branch up here. Do you see how I'm using a wavy line to start it? And I'm not finishing them yet because I'm gonna add more branches. Something like this, okay? Now from there, on that branch, there's other branches and they climb towards the sunlight. So a lot of them are going to go towards the sky. So here I go towards the sky, and then I have to give it a thickness, so I'm gonna give it that other side. Then I can just bring this one up. We can do another branch coming up this way. Normally branches don't go straight up. Here I'm going to add branches over here. Again, reaching for the sun. Reach it for the sun. Maybe I make a little one here and then a little one that way. Now, from those branches are even smaller branches. So off of those, I can make more. So if you go outside and you actually look at a tree, you're going to see branches coming off of other branches, until they get really teeny tiny like this. And you can just make little tiny branches off the sides like that. So the more branches you have, the more realistic that will look for you. Okay, so now I could keep adding branches, but I want to show you how to do some leaves. So what I like to do is on those teeny tiny branches, I'll just add some leaves, and I'm not making them super detailed. I'm just adding clumps of leaves to suggest that the whole tree is filled in. And add more. And then I can still make kind of a messy line to show that there are other leaves in there. Or I could keep going and adding some more leaf-shaped leaves. And the very last thing we have to do here, first, make your ground. Remember, grounds aren't perfectly straight. And we want to add our texture to our bark. So I like to come up. We're doing a variety of different kinds of wavy lines. And sometimes I'll start them in the middle. Sometimes I'll start them at the bottom. I could put a little circle like this. It comes up onto the arms of the tree. All the way up the branches. Those are the texture. If you felt your tree, it would feel rough because of the bark, right? And if you want to add these little circles in here, it's kind of a knot on the tree. And there you go, there's your tree. You might want to color it in if you have something to color with. Otherwise, good job, and I'll see you next week.